Is it truly the veil between life and death that thins on Halloween? Or do we as humans allow the boundary to disappear? I'm Kim, and this is Hun Channel.
Halloween, a night of masks, monsters, and mayhem. But beneath the laughter and festivities, how many of us truly understand the darkness this night awakens? Tonight, we'll explore real chilling stories from Halloween nights gone wrong, where the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. By the end of this story, you'll know why some masks are better left undisturbed, and why some doors should never be opened. In modern society, Halloween seems to have become a grand masquerade. The streets are filled with laughter, music, jack-o'-lanterns, and chocolate candy. People put on masks, dress as monsters, vampires, even film characters, and revel freely in the light. Yet, beneath the noise and the light, how many truly understands that the origin of this festival was never meant for entertainment, but for commemorating death itself? Tonight, I have selected 5 true horror stories that took place on Halloween nights in the United States just to warm you up before the festival arrives. Chapter 1. The Echo of the Bell Witch. In the early 19th century, in the Red River Valley of Tennessee, there lived a farming family named Bell. Their lives were simple and steady until a string of inexplicable events began. Walls trembled at night, doors were pushed open by unseen hands, and a low female voice spoke by the bedside. Sometimes it mimicked the tones of family members. Other times it carried mockery and rage. The villagers called that voice the Bell Witch. She declared she would punish the Bells, especially the father. From then on, the family was often scratched and shoved by an invisible force, and some even claimed to see the witch's shadow. Years later, only when the father died under mysterious circumstances did the witch's voice fade away. To this day, the legend of the Bell Witch Cave lingers in Tennessee. It is said that every year, around the end of October, people in that valley still hear the familiar whisper, softly reciting the name of the next victim. Halloween is already the night when the border between the living and the dead is thinnest. In that land, the line grows even more blurred. Chapter 2. The Haunted Mirror of Mississippi. Head south from Tennessee, and you'll find a mansion known as both the most beautiful and the most uncanny Myrtle's Plantation. Built at the end of the 18th century, this estate is now a haunted landmark, flocked to by travelers. Legend tells of a maid named Chloe, who had one ear cut off for eavesdropping on her master's conversations. Seeking revenge, she poisoned a cake meant for the master, but accidentally killed her own innocent child instead. In the end, she was tied to a tree and hanged, and her spirit remained in the house. It is said that around Halloween, Chloe's face appears in the mirrors. Footsteps echo along the corridors. A whisper of a figure drifts upon the staircase. A photographer once took a picture before a mirror, only to find, when the film was developed, that a 19th century woman had appeared behind him, expression hollow, her resentful eyes staring straight into the lens. Some say Chloe is searching for her child. Others believe the faces belong to all the souls trapped in those mirrors, waiting for someone to open the door that leads them back into this world. A mirror does more than reflect your image. It may also reflect the world you do not wish to see. Chapter 3. The Curse of the Shadowed House. In the mountains of North Carolina, a couple moved into an old wooden house in mid-October. The rent their landlord offered was suspiciously low. They thought they were simply lucky. But on the very first night, strange things began to happen, one after another. Doors opened and closed on their own. Cold drafts seeped through gaps in the walls. The wife said someone whispered into her ear at midnight, and the child cried while pointing to the ceiling, saying a dark figure was watching him from there. They called a pastor to drive the spirit away and, following folk custom, sprinkled salt in the corners to purify the house. During the ritual, however, every light went out at once. Then every pane of glass began to crack, and the trees outside thrashed as if seized by invisible hands. That night, they fled, almost crawling out of the place. Only later did they learn the house had once belonged to a woman accused of witchcraft 3 centuries ago. Before she was led to the pyre, she cursed, "I will not die. I will curse all who move into this place." Ever since, on the nights before Halloween, people claim to hear the house muttering in its own strange voice. Chapter 4: The Labyrinthine House. In Cleveland, Ohio, stands a Gothic castle called Franklin Castle. Its towers, arched windows, winding corridors, and hidden passages have made it the city's most famous haunted landmark. Some say the builder concealed his crimes within. Others believe secret rooms were used to harbor resentful spirits for dreadful rites. Years ago, a group of young filmmakers decided to break in on Halloween night to shoot a video. They went live, boasting a challenge of the scariest haunted house. At first, everything was normal, until 1 a.m. when the footage began to flicker, and the crew realized they had lost their way inside. At last, the camera caught a blurred shadow moving at the end of the corridor. Someone gasped, "That isn't one of us," and the screen cut to black. The next day, the police found only a tripod and the phone at the scene. The final frame of the recording showed a group of backs moving toward the stairs, and the number of silhouettes was one more than the number of missing youths. Chapter 5: The House of Sallie. In the small town of Atchison, Kansas, there is an ordinary-looking home, Sallie House. In the 1990s, a young couple moved in and for several years experienced a litany of strange events, flickering lights, objects moving on their own, bedsheets lifting by themselves, and inexplicable bruises appearing on their bodies. The story drew local media attention and lured paranormal TV crews to investigate. The couple has long since moved away. The house, now well known, is open to visitors. Yet, the management strictly forbids any form of summoning or exorcism, for it is said that whenever someone challenges that mysterious force, it grows violent and harms the living. A few years ago, a group of influencers live-streamed an exploration there on Halloween night. At first, only minor glitches, like camera flickers, occurred. After midnight, a girl suddenly screamed. 3 bloody scratches appeared on her forearm, as if raked by claws. Panic followed. The image shook, the signal distorted, and then a blurred child's face filled the frame. The last sound captured by the stream was a low whisper. "I want a new friend." Ending. Beneath the mask. Halloween is a night that belongs to the dead. In ancient times, people lit bonfires for protection. In modern times, we light jack-o'-lanterns for fun. But no matter how the age changes, the essence of this festival remains the same. It is the one night when the border between life and death is at its most indistinct. When reverence is forgotten and only mockery and indulgence remain, the things which we abandoned will return. So when you stand before the mirror on Halloween night, adjust your makeup and put on your mask to head out for tricks. Perhaps you should ask yourself, is the face in the mirror still truly yours?
I'm Kim. If you like this video, please subscribe us and stay with me. You will never face the dark alone.